Do you find it hard to keep your expenses within your income and still consider yourself middle class? Well, it's not your fault. You see, according to the latest data from the US Census Bureau, people who earn less than $32,000 annually come in the lower class. Those with incomes between $32,000 and $156,000 fall into the middle class, and those who earn more than $156,000 annually, they are classified as upper or wealthy class. And while this classification based on income seems very simple and easy, but it's not entirely accurate. Because someone might earn $100,000 yet still live paycheck to paycheck with no wealth to show for it. So a better criteria for classifying wealth is not just income but a combination of income and net worth. Now, net worth is defined as the total value of your assets, such as your home, retirement savings, and stock investments, minus your total liabilities like mortgages, loans, and car payments. So for example, let's say you own a house valued at $500,000. You also have $150,000 invested in a Roth IRA account and another $100K into the stocks. But you also have a mortgage of $150,000, $200K in student loans, and a car loan of about $50,000. So to determine your net worth, you would calculate your total assets minus total liabilities, that is $750,000 minus $400,000. So your net worth is $350,000. Now, when it comes to classification of wealth, the US Census Bureau classifies wealth into quantiles, meaning it divides the population into 520% groups. And these groups are the lowest class, lower middle class, typical middle class, upper middle class, and the upper or the wealthy class. And in today's video, we are going to explore each group in details. So starting with the bottom 20%, also known as the lowest class, people in this group have a median net worth of $12,000 and their median income is less than $31,942, which is below the poverty line. Now, the poverty line as defined by the US government in 2024 is $36,000 of income for a family of 4. This is why this group is often referred to as poverty class. It often includes young adults and students who are just starting their careers, or individuals with disabilities who may face challenges securing stable employment. Some examples of jobs in this group include childcare workers, cashiers, fast food and counter workers. These are generally low-scale jobs with limited earning potential. However, if you're a student earning less than $36,000 just to support yourself, you're not necessarily poor, but the situation is entirely different. Families of 4 earning less than $36,000 annually. There's a high possibility that they are living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to cover even their basic needs. This makes it nearly impossible for them to afford luxuries like dining out or purchasing high-end items. Additionally, a significant number of individuals in this group are burdened with debt, and escaping it is not a walk in the park for them. In fact, many people who once belonged to higher income brackets can find themselves falling into poverty. This often happens due to unforeseen circumstances such as medical emergencies or natural disasters. These events can quickly deplete savings and destabilize financial security, making it difficult for individuals to recover. Did you know that some other factors like divorce is also a reason for people going into poverty? A study by Melbourne Institute found that the risk of poverty is more than double for women in the first year of divorce, increasing from 9% to 22%. However, one of the biggest reasons for poverty remains the lack of formal education, as many individuals in this group have little to no schooling, often not even completing high school. This significantly limits their ability to secure high-paying jobs. According to Bureau of Labor Statistics, in 2023, people with a high school diploma earned less than $900 per week, while those with a professional degree earned $2,200. And the unemployment rate for people with less than a high school diploma was also higher than those with advanced degrees. Now, we have repeatedly heard from so many motivational gurus and millionaires that the education system is broken and that going to college is a waste of time and money. However, the data clearly shows that your income is directly related to your level of education. In fact, I made the mistake of listening to these so-called motivational gurus and dropped right after high school, and I deeply regret it. Without a degree, I have no financial security, face constant uncertainty, and often feel stressed about my future. I have been creating content for the last 5 years, working 7 to 8 hours every day, yet I have no major achievement. In contrast, if I had continued my education, I would have a bachelor's degree by now, and I'd be earning way more than I do today. So please stop listening to all this crap on the internet that college is a waste of time or 9 to 5 is for losers, because the truth is that most people giving this kind of advice are just trying to sell you something. So don't be fooled, rather focus on completing your education, as this could be one of the best decisions you'll ever make. Now, for people who are in poverty, my advice to you would be complete your education if possible, or at least pursue vocational training to improve your job prospects. Focus on networking, because building connections can help you access better job opportunities, and they also become your support systems in hard times. You should also utilize community resources. For example, many social services offer assistance with food, housing, and healthcare. This can ease up your financial burdens and help you work towards your long-term goals. The next group is the lower middle class with a median net worth of $61,260, which is significantly higher than that of the poverty class. Their median income ranges from $32,000 to $62,000. Now, people in this group primarily work in blue-collar jobs such as store managers, office clerks, bartenders, plumbers, carpenters, tech support, you get it. And while many individuals in this class have completed high school, a significant portion does not pursue higher education or vocational training, which limits their job opportunities and earning potential. Now, with this type of income, they are able to cover their basic needs, but often face financial instability. And having limited savings for emergencies or retirement is very common in this income group. And housing for lower middle class families is typically modest, often consisting of rental properties or affordable homes. According to a report from the National Association of Realtors, the home ownership rates for middle income families fell from 78.1% to 69.7% between 2010 and 2020 due to rising housing prices. Although this group is not officially classified as poor, they're often walking on eggshells, as a single setback, like job loss or unexpected expenses, could put them into poverty. Now, to transition to a higher income class, people should stop spending on things that they don't actually need and invest those savings in index funds or some other kind of assets. And if you invest just $200 at the age of 30 with an annual return of 10%, then by the time you're 55, you will have $200,000, which will put you in the next income class. You can also learn a high income skill and monetize it to increase your earning potential. Now, while the lower middle class may struggle with home ownership or financial security, the next group, which is the typical middle class, has all its basic necessities covered. They have a net worth of around $145,200, which is more than double that of the lower middle class. The median income for this group ranges between $62,000 and $98,000. So basically, they have some money left after covering their basic needs. This allows them to take vacations, dine out a few times a month, or maybe attend some concerts, which shows that the middle class is no longer just focused on fulfilling their basic needs, they are also focusing on their wants. Now, some job profiles in this group are nurses, truck drivers, massage therapists, and office managers. Members of this group also tend to focus on saving and investing their money, which ultimately helps them reach a net worth of over $100,000. Or in many cases, they achieve this because they are just old. According to data from the US Census Bureau, individuals over the age of 35 generally have a net worth of $100,000 or more, and those with ages 65 and above often have a net worth of around $300,000, primarily because they are homeowners. So if you're in your late 20s and wondering why you can't make enough, then just have a little patience and try getting older. Now, this group is financially comfortable most of the time, but sometimes they can also face financial instability. And one of the main reasons for that is extravagant spendings. Did you know that many people who overspend do so as a coping mechanism for financial stress? In fact, a lot of substance abuse and gambling is also related to financial problems. A report from Bankrate suggests that financially strapped households spend $412 per year on lottery tickets, nearly 4 times the amount spent by the highest earning households. Now, middle class income also provides a comfortable lifestyle, but to jump to the next income group, you just need to save $300 per month and invest it into index funds or any other type of investments. After 30 years, you'll have $515,787, which will put you into the wealthy class, skipping the upper middle class. Now that we are here, let's see what's up with this group. So the upper middle class has a median net worth of $269,100. The median annual income in this category ranges between $98,000 and $156,000, almost double the national average. People in this category are generally white-collar workers with advanced degrees. Some typical job profiles in this group include dentists, college professors, software engineers, data analysts, and stockbrokers. Most individuals in this group place a high value on higher education, particularly Ivy League colleges and other top-tier schools across the United States, more than any other socioeconomic class. This is why most individuals in this group typically hold a master's degree, doctorate, or professional degrees, which significantly contributes to their high salaries. And with this kind of income, they don't have to worry about their basic needs. In fact, nearly 80% of people in this group are homeowners. They also have the potential to retire early, having saved enough for retirement. However, despite their high earnings, many in the upper middle class do not feel confident about their retirement savings. According to a report from Transamerica Institute, only 24% of people in this group strongly agree that they have saved enough to retire comfortably. Now, being in the upper middle class is cool and all, but the next income group, the upper class or the wealthy class, is playing on a completely different level altogether. They have a median net worth of $805,400 and the median income exceeds $156,000. This group is often characterized by inherited wealth or significant investment income. They tend to lead a lifestyle that includes multiple homes, multiple cars, and substantial assets that generate income without requiring full-time work. When it comes to education, many in this group possess elite educational backgrounds and have access to networks that facilitate further wealth accumulation. According to a Federal Reserve Bank report, the top 10% of households by wealth held 67% of total household wealth in the United States, whereas the bottom 50% held only 2.5%. Additionally, data shows that the richest 1% earn nearly 139 times as much as those in the bottom 20%, highlighting the significant income inequality in the United States. Now, if you live in a developed country like the US, UK, Canada, or Australia, it might seem like the people in poverty or the lower middle class in your country have it the worst. But let's take a closer look at where the world stands in terms of income distribution. According to a 2017 report, 65% of world population lived on $10 per day, and 10% lived on less than $2 per day. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that a person in poverty in a developed country has a far better lifestyle than a middle class person in a poor country. Now, if someone wants to increase their income and upgrade their economic class, it's highly recommended that they should pay off all their debt, learn a high-paying skill, and save up their first $100,000 because wealth tends to grow exponentially after that, and this video will explain you how.